Well, hello again. Um, just you could say a testimonial to my participation in a cash flow NFT project. The first event that I went to was in Vegas before my trip to Cyprus. And in Vegas, we had a promotion, or perhaps a giveaway. Instead of giving 5,000 each to two different organizations, non-profits, Micah, who is the CEO of Cashflow NFT, Arkan, who is the CEO of Miracle Cash and More. Basically, it's the same ecosystem, but two business builders, business owners come together, and you will find out more information about Cashflow NFT. Basically, Cashflow NFT is a marketing company that tokenizes the assets of Miracle Cash. Miracle Cash and More is a real technology. Cashflow NFT is just a marketing arm of it. And through my channel, you'll find a lot more about the project. But technically, the company is Miracle Cash because that is a technology that allows Cashflow NFT to do what it does as a marketing company. And from there, I participate from a business end of it. There's a tremendous opportunity here to make tremendous amount of money, and but I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by my ability to really impact other people. Is just so this is a vehicle for me to have impact, to really help a lot of people. Anyways, $5,000 was donated each to two different organizations. Now, those two gentlemen, Arkan and Micah, they could have decided to give the cash, or should I say trash, to those organizations, and those $5,000 would have had a very short life. Not to mention, it was before the holiday season. Pretty much price of everything went up anyway. So I would imagine those organizations have operation cost and whatever they do with the funds. But my idea is that 100% of the cash donated to a nonprofit doesn't really go to help the people in need of those organizations. It's just so happened that it allows them to do what they do best. Instead, they donated a share bundle, each valued at $5,000 to those two nonprofit organizations. Now, if you've been watching the videos about this project, I have been communicating it from a coach Chicho's perspective, explaining to you the benefit of our ecosystem and not necessarily pushing the opportunity part of it, even though that is the motivation. But the big motivation is to make people feel at ease with our ecosystem, so that way they can understand what we do, how we do it, how the company basically generate cash flow coming in. Okay, Miracle Technologies, LDA, is a company that has multiple services that they offer. In addition to have a physical brick and mortar store that allow people who are new to crypto or people who've been in crypto have an easy access to a brick and mortar store where they can do all service, all activities relating to crypto: buying, selling, trading, and holding. So someone can participate by going to a live brick and mortar store and do this crypto service. Prior to that, the average person entering into the crypto space were doing it via a faceless exchange with no customer service, nobody to call. If you have any problem uploading your KYC content, you're on your own. You just have to interact with either email or some kind of a chat service. Miracle Cash and More solved that problem, bringing high net worth people with crypto to be able to exchange it into fiat in person in certain regions, mostly in Europe for now. Someone can walk into an ATM, or we call it an AVM, electronic vending machine, have access to 1,000 at least tokens and coins that they can transfer fiat to crypto, crypto to fiat, crypto to crypto pairs exchange. Or there are businesses that are already very profitable, taking advantage of the increased eligibility of crypto. Lots of people with crypto, but not have a way to basically use their crypto to put it to use, buy goods and services. Businesses that are already in existence are now using or about to use Miracle Deal, Miracle Installment as services to allow them to accept crypto as a method of payments. If you own a business, soon you'll be able to do that if you have an online presence. Or you could have the same service through the traditional exchanges, except we have customer support, we have a wallet backed by Lloyd's of London, and also Fireblocks for protection. So you have both insurance and security at the same time. Just allow instant integration to allow mainstream to come into the crypto space with having complete peace of mind with insurance and wallet protection, and not to mention live presence in person for large accredited investors or businesses that needs to transport or perhaps transact in crypto in large amount. You can have private client services in person. Anyways, so that's that. So that's the servicing part of it. And Cashflow NFT allow people like me who would like to, oh, by the way, how do I make money in this opportunity? Cashflow NFT allow us to participate with a three tiers affiliate program where we can tap into 17% commission divisible in 3 levels. Level 1, 10%, level 2, 4%, and level 3, 3%. Imagine a family can structure their family into the Cashflow NFT business to basically take existing dormant fiat liabilities and leverage them into the Cashflow NFT system, taking advantage of Miracle technology and its plethora of services. In addition to doing that, when you're making some pretty good money, then you're going to need a monetary system to give you absolute control, sovereignty, and that's where Kinesis money comes from. It allows you to pretty much have mobility, full control, and the ability to take your crypto asset offline, and with your own private key, you become your own bank, and you're instantly global. So, why I'm excited about this opportunity is because we have the opportunity to really, for someone who wants to make a lot of money, you could make a lot of money if money is your focus. For someone who wants to have a lot of fun, you could have a lot of fun, because with a lot of money, you get plenty of free time. You could do a lot having fun. For someone who wants to help a lot of people, well, this is the ultimate place to come and basically have dormant, unallocated fiat and leverage it into a cash flow generating business where you could not support any non-profit out of pocket, but use profit generating from other cash flow, from this cash flow generating business, to do what you'd like to do, helping other people. And in a space, in such a space that is so dynamic, the ecosystem, the crypto space is evolving. So if you like to study and learn and analyze things, you would not live long enough to analyze how fast the crypto space is moving and how much there is to learn on a daily basis. So you could be the analytical type who likes to learn, analyze, and study. There'll be plenty of that to do. You could be the fun person, fun-loving person who likes to have fun. You'll have enough money to basically finance your leisure of choice. If you want to be the one who wants to have an impact in society and pretty much be like the modern day Mother Teresa, well, you'll have definitely the time, money to do that, because you won't have to worry about basic necessities. And if you like to make a lot of money, well, there's definitely going to be a lot of that, because, well, this is not financial advice, legal or tax advice, but imagine waking up on a daily basis. You don't have to worry about basic necessities. All your amenities, necessities, or needs are met. Your biggest challenge is what to do with your time if you have not properly do your due diligence to repurpose your energy, time, and activities to meet with the demand of your newfound freedom. Coming from a slave to a job, slave to someone else's dream, to now having the time, freedom to do whatever you like to do. So be careful. Financial freedom can be more of a challenge than you think. I spoke with a friend the other day, or perhaps a few weeks ago, but we called conversation the other day that, is in a good space, engineer, thinking about retirement, looked at the numbers worked in his favor. He could look forward to retirement. And I asked him, well, what exactly do you intend to do with your time? Now, you're coming from hyper-structured, definitely traveling a lot for business, to now having nothing to do. How do you intend to compensate for your time that now that you not travel all over the place for business, now that you don't have an office to go to, you don't have a boss to give report to? What you intend to use your time for? And unfortunately, he was puzzled. The idea of looking forward to retirement sounds great, but didn't really take into consideration post-retirement time management. Who would have thought there's such a thing as time management in your retirement? Of course. Anyways, the funds that were allocated into a share bundle is tied to a revenue or perhaps cash flow generating business that will pay quarterly dividends to those two nonprofits. $5,000 equity that will put into a business that creates cash flow for those nonprofits. One-time deposits in the form of an asset that produces cash flow, keeps on giving, so as long as they don't liquidate your assets, versus $5,000 in fiat. If that was use as a donation method would have had almost no impact because of the economic cost of the fiat donation from the perspective of impact, the cost, the increased cost of everything else. Okay? So, in a way, I'm actually pushing the idea that nonprofits should leverage our NFT share bundle model, our node, our Finnic token. Finnic, by the way, is a proof of transaction token. I will just explain to you how the company generates revenue on a daily basis, and how many different channels that I've not even covered all of them. How many different channels that the company can create cash flow coming in from a live in-person store, walk-in or scheduled clients, through a 24-hour available AVM, or known as an electronic vending machine, or a multiple well-known companies using multiple services to onboard their existing customers to utilize Milko Cash and Mo's technologies for their crypto payments and settlements, and 24-hour exchanges where what people are accustomed to, now they can do their service in crypto, buying and selling, trading in our ecosystem. So at any given time, a customer can interact with us in all four or a combination of them. And every time a transaction happens in our ecosystem, Finnic is used as a proof of transaction token. And because we own our own switch, because we have a reward mechanism that allow us to use a node to validate all transactions, the node basically pays rewards in our proof of transaction token known as Finnic. A percentage of a certain region's profit is used in addition to the utility of Finnic to purchase and burn Finnic, which contributes to reducing the circulating supply of Finnic as a transaction token. Therefore, with increased utility and decreased supply, so this deflationary model allows us to have a true utility token that have controlled supply in addition to purchase and burn, for the purpose of managing the circulating supply to not create an inflationary token. In other words, just like the US dollar, governments all around the world are basically printing away their fiat to feed their ever-growing expenditures or excess spending. You could have, for instance, gold that is not easily to mine, as a standard, for instance, that would basically limit how much that you can depend on. So in a sense that a set supply of Finnic rolling out transitionally for public use, in addition to increased utility and the elimination or perhaps burning of existing supply to increase scarcity and to regulate price volatility. In a revenue producing business that creates cash flow in multiple ways, we have the mechanism to basically come in as a family business organization to do a plug and play. If you're raising money for any cause, we can help you generate a cash flow to do so. The only missing element would be a universal banking system that is global, reliable, auditable, that is based on sound money, and that's what Kinesis come from. Kinesis is also an independent ecosystem designed to level the playing field and give you absolute financial sovereignty, leveraging the power of God's money, gold and silver, fiat, and crypto. So I'm doing many videos covering exactly the same thing, the same content, but taking it from a different perspective, from the perspective of an organization, an officer of an organization. From a standpoint of a business owner can purchase as many Finnic as possible, because Finnic is a standalone product. Okay, you can go to finnictoken.com to learn more about it. The node basically generates additional Finnic, and you're like, wait a minute, you just talked about purchasing and burning Finnic, and the node basically gives you Finnic rewards, because when a transaction happens anywhere in our ecosystem, the proof of transaction token Finnic is our gas for the fee processing of the transaction. So the node then validates the transaction and basically gives the owners of the nodes Finnic as rewards. Between the creation of Finnic as a result of the node paying rewards in Finnic, and Finnic being liquid and basically marketable, easily to liquidate in multiple exchanges, listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko probably. So it makes sense to purchase 20% of Finnic, for instance, and burn it to minimize the circulating supply, thereby increase as the Finnic usage is increasing. Limited supply, increased usage, greater price control, even price with the possibility of the prices going up, not necessarily financial advice. So if you want to know an idea, for instance, there's another company that has the similar full services, buy and sell spots, trade spots and futures, online exchange, and their own token, and that's Binance. Binance has BNB, Binance has BUSD. We have MIR. It's a stable coin, 100% allocated 1-to-1, 1 MIR, 1 US dollar. And we have Finnic. Okay, we have Finnic token, which is a proof of transaction token for transactional activities. So you can be part of the share bundle ownership that pays you quarterly rewards for participating in any country of your choice or whatever is available right now. You could be an owner of Finnic, because Finnic will be exchangeable and liquid. You can liquidate anytime, or you can buy and hold. And you can also own a node that basically pays you out, a certain amount of Finnic token as a result of validating transaction that happens in our ecosystem. Anyway, so there's been many videos on this subject. The probably best strategy to use in terms of organizational reserves, percentage of it, 10-20%, not financial advice, can be used in a cash flow generating system instead of like monthly, quarterly, or yearly, depend on the donors to give you a contribution, which would require a fund drive, marketing cost. So if you do a fund drive, depending on what type of organization you have, if you do any kind of promotion, well, any kind of like a promotional awareness to generate revenue for your nonprofit, chances are there's an associated marketing cost to make up for the capital coming in. At the end of the day, the same people who are financially stressed out because of the increased cost of everything, market condition changing, job, the typical job is not promised to everyone at a certain age, because companies can always hire new, ambitious, people for cheaper money. So there's no such thing as job security anywhere at this point. So technically, many organizations have seen a decrease in donation, especially for churches. You have people leaving churches, singles, liberals, and young under 30s are leaving. Guess what? As those people who are at the prime, singles, young, under 30, and liberals are leaving churches, that means cash flow dwindling or stopping, and eventually will create a future generation problem for the church, because the same young people under 30 who would eventually get married, have their own kids, grow up in the church and grow, and basically families spend more than single people, especially women. You got women, single women leaving the church. That means, the families are not being built or raised around a faith-based environment, which basically helps to contribute to a continuing fallout of membership. And if there's a decline in membership, there's also going to be a decline of donation eventually. There's been cases where multiple churches are being shut down or repurposed, or perhaps even used as condominiums for that matter, because of decline of membership and the like. So, the technical term would say a great apostasy, where faith organizations are losing steam, and due to decline of membership. So, anyways, don't want to get down to such a negative tone, but I don't have to remind you how important it is for an organization to have constant cash flow coming in, regardless of what you do for your typical fundraising. And you can do all that passively with our ecosystem, Cash Flow NFT, and using Kinesis money to basically give you financial sovereignty. Anyways, can you imagine if you were giving rather $5,000 in cash during the holidays, and having a deposit into form of a tokenized asset that produces quarterly rewards for you for years and years and years to come, until you decide to liquidate your shares. That's what we can do for you. And the same method can be used for a family, business, organizations, individuals, or if you want to own your own business, you can be at home and pretty much you are in charge.